colleague Henry, who did the keynote, I do not work with waveguides themselves. I'm an augmented reality and virtual reality specialist. So I'm truly focused on the use cases within ASML, so the complete other end of the spectrum. We're a team of 4 focused on extended reality, any definition of it, as well as visualization itself. So without XR devices, basically computer-based. Myself, I have a background in 2 adjacent fields. So I started with a bachelor in computer science, where my focus was on computer graphics, so basically everything before it goes into the display. And then my master's degree was human technology interaction, where I focused on the perception of light and how the brain perceives images. So everything after its light leaves the display. We work in XRV Innovation Lab. So we're set up sort of as an internal incubator for projects. ASML noticed 4 or 5 years ago, there were projects popping up all over the company. They didn't know about each other, so a lot of people were doing the same things. And if you're not familiar with the technology at all, there's also quite a high startup cost to familiarize yourself and familiarize yourself with the field. So we were set up to create small proof of concepts and prototypes together with the teams that build our actual machines. As visualization experts, we can visualize basically everything relevant for all sectors. So whether that is work instructions for the machines, the 3D models with which the machines are designed, data that comes out of the machine, anything that relates to a screen, basically. And because we provide internal consultancy, we have the advantage that if compared to external consultants, you don't need to upskill them in the very specialized knowledge of ASML, because we have been working internally for 4 or 5 years and know the company quite well by now. We are located in the Innovation Lab in Veldhoven, a few kilometers away from here. The idea is that anyone throughout the whole company can just walk in and we'll have a rotating display of different kinds of hardware, mostly virtual reality and augmented reality hardware, but also some related products like 3D monitors. And anyone is able to join a small project with us. We'll create a rapid prototype, maybe a few weeks, just to see if we can bring their idea to something that can help them in their work. Compared to external projects, which usually takes about half a year to really set up, we usually have it within a few weeks. Because of this, we're also able to start seeing links between completely different parts of the company that, without realizing, have a very similar use case, and then look for a shared solution. So this is our machine. I'm not very sure how it works exactly, as I'm from the IT department. I'm sure Henry would do a much better job. But as you can see, it is a very complex machine, and it is also therefore very complex to manufacture, which means we need to train a very large amount of people, give them very complex instructions, and have them work in quite narrow, uncomfortable positions to assemble the machine. And that's where the main advantage of virtual reality can come in. We can prepare 2 or 3 years ahead of having physical prototypes. So there's 3 main business drivers for us, which is hiring and training of new people. There are plans to around double the company in the next 5 years because of the demand. And we simply cannot train another 30,000 people in our clean room, which is highly restrictive. And also, we don't sell that many machines. So if you create a virtual training, you can just replicate it as many times as you want and give it to as many people as you want, without the need of having our quite expensive machines to train on. Second is keeping our machines running. as they are quite complex, they also tend to break. And since they are quite expensive, every minute they're not running is quite expensive for our customers. So the more tools we can give